B. Jornson. Who is best pony? You have to answer eventually.
Who is best pony at what? You see, this really is a question that can be answered because it's based on your moral values. Who is the least flawed? Well, that's Applejack. Who is the most courageous? That could be Fluttershy, in my opinion. Who is most adorable? Twilight is the only answer. So it's really can't say best because there's best of many things. Who are my favorite though? Oh, that's easy. I would go Fluttershy, Rarity, Rainbow Dash, Twilight, then Pinkie Pie, then Applejack.
Fluttershy. Why? Check my most popular video if you haven't already. Rarity, because she's my favorite comic relief character in the show because she's a loving parody of the girly girl figure that is brought to life by MLP's great writing and her voice acting. Every time she is on screen, it creates a Ouran High School Host Club flashback for me. That and one word, Nightmarity. Rainbow Dash, for her character development, has been quite substantial throughout the seasons. And there's also the cool factor. Fourth is Twilight. Adorable, but less so in Season 3, so she's dropped down below Rainbow Dash. Pinkie Pie is number 5 because, well, she's hit or miss with her humor, with not probably the least amount of character development of all the main characters. AJ, wasted potential. She's really become a background pony for the Apple family, which is really disappointing, where there's so much they can explore with her, which I hope they fix in Season 4 and onward. Judifer asks, if you could ship any two ponies, who and why?
I do ship a lot of anime characters. I don't really ship many of MLP characters.
I mean, I sort of supported Rarity and Spike at first, but then it started to feel weird. The youngest and most childlike main character and the most mature acting female gives off an awkward vibe if it's taken outside of the childhood crush it's sort of currently portrayed as. I guess I hardcore friendship Fluttercore, but that's less romantic and more just chaotic fun. You want to see an example how, I guess, just look up the Prankster Shy comics. Though I do have to admit, if we're going by the comic, Big Mac and Luna, it just seems so randomly awesome. I guess I have to sort of ship that. It's just, I don't see it ever happening, but that would be freaking amazing. Judifer asks, what is that creepy ending you always have?
Well, that ending is just a leftover from my Great Moments in Anime LOL. Just a funny animation thing I just sort of discovered and kept because it entertains me. You know, it apparently entertains others. How it relates to MLP, well, the eagle screech is actually from May the Best Pet Win.
B. Johnson asks, how did he become a brony?
I first became aware of it on the GameSpot forums, and I was not hating it, but it was just something that basically is the American equivalent of Moe. As in, it's good because it's cute. It's not my thing, but okay, sort of like our equivalent of Lucky Star. However, eventually I discovered that I had the hub on my Dish Network account, and sort of was drawn in by some of the older cartoons I used to love, especially Batman Beyond. From there, eventually just decided, hey, I noticed it was on one day and gave it a shot. Watching one episode. Found it okay. Next day or so, watched another episode. Found it good. And then another, and another, and another. We all know the trend from here. I quickly watched all of season 1 in a sporadic, however you pronounce it, order. And yeah, I was ready and watching it live from season 2. And thus, a Brony was born.
B. Johnson, if you were able to move to Equestria, would you?
This is a tough question because, well, Equestria, first of all, is a very idyllic place. Crazy monsters and all. It's basically like a living fairy tale-like setting. And yeah, there are definitely benefits to that. On the downside, I would be leaving everything I love and know and from, well, here, which would be hard. I guess if I had lots of prep time and thought, I might actually go. but it depends on the circumstances, especially if I could actually still communicate with my friends and family in some capacity. Yeah, I'll definitely probably move to Equestria. However, if it was just a random portal that was like jump and never return, like oh so many fanfics, no.
JB1370GM asks, are you a clopper?
Does this count as PG-13? I might as well answer it.
No.
Overall, I would just say, my opinion on it outside of that, yeah, pretty meh. I'm from the anime fandom, and Rule 34 is extremely prolific. It's actually, I like to say about with animes, it's a legitimate, Rule 34 is actually a legitimately taxable career choice in Japan. Their parody law is a lot more flexible than the US. So yeah, coming from the anime fandom where tentacle porn of the most popular shonen series is extremely widespread, to MLP where cloppers are a small minority, it's sort of meh. Enjoy what we enjoy, just please keep it private. And do not talk about it in interviews on TV. Brent Ramston, how dead is Twilight? Not dead at all. She basically got super teleported to a pocket dimension of sorts. It's under other stressful teleportation conditions, we've seen that it creates singe marks around her or unfortunately on Spike. So it's just basically that on steroids. She was not dead, just super teleported in between dimensions.
Desert Fox Shy ER asks, favorite background pony?
Derpy.
Mustard-like substance asks, what is best anime to binge watch?
Depends what you mean by binge watch. I mean, anime series you could all watch in one go, like say a 13 episode series-ish. Let me give you a few recommendations depending on your flavor.
For a general comedy, drama, and action mix, there's Angel Beats. For a more emotional, nostalgic series, there is Anohana. How emotional gripping is it? Well, it, alongside Toy Story 3, are the only media to ever make me lose my composure and, well, cry. Though unlike Toy Story, this is not a single lone tear as Andy drove off, leaving his childhood behind. No, it's reduced me to a sobbing mess for 5 to 10 minutes after watching the last 4 episodes at once, where I quite literally had to get up and grab a tissue box. Yeah. Why bring this up? Anohana earned those tears. It earned them. On the other end of the spectrum, there's Hellsing Ultimate, which is an action horror series that will forever wipe the memory of Twilight away. Not that Twilight, the bad one.
As for if you mean sort of a shonen series, you can just sort of binge watch a sort of arc or a section of, I would say Fairy Tail. Though it is a long ongoing shonen series, the arcs are usually very short, especially in comparison to the other big shonen.
Prince Algorana asks, should the MLP staff tackle disabilities, and if so, should it be with Scoots, Derpy, or some combination thereof?
Should it? Yes. Will it? Probably not.
I feel Scoots accepting the fact that she can never fly like Rainbow Dash would be an effective way to pursue that idea, similar to how Lauren Faust originally intended it to go. Unova Brony asks, the Ninja DC, do you have a Skype, and how do you view yourself in the MLP analyst community?
Well, for the first part of that question, yeah, my Skype link is below. Though I do warn you, best to contact me through YouTube. I actually do check that very regularly, multiple times a day. My Skype can go weeks without being checked. I mostly use it for interview purposes and basically pre-contacted stuff. So if you're sending me a Skype request, please notify me in YouTube first. I actually will check that regularly.
This subservice announcement is brought to you by Google. We are always right. Mostly.
Due to recent changes to YouTube, I've had to reevaluate my contact information. This is the key reason my video response has ran a few days late as I experiment around with Google+. To clarify, YouTube private messages and Google Plus private messages are still the best way to contact me. I'll start maintaining the Ninja DC's Google Plus page on top of my YouTube page. I decided I might as well invest into Google Plus integration since it's not going anywhere. The online petitions, I'm just telling you now, won't work. Google has a monopoly share of the online community video sector, however you want to classify what YouTube is. There really is no strong competition, and Blip is very limited, and Vimeo is for where people put their demo reels. So there's really no site to threaten to run to if you don't change it. Meaning the changes are going to stay, and actually probably going to get even more integrated with Google Plus as time goes along. Google wants Plus to be the Facebook killer. And merging YouTube's social networking aspects with Google Plus was going to happen. It doesn't make business sense for them to keep two social networking sites competing with each other. To this end, I've created a Google Plus community below for a Brony Analyst discussion, interaction, and post of analytical media. It's called Brony Analyst Plus. Yes, I know, such a wonderfully unique and surprising title. So that's the end of the update. Look forward to seeing you and hearing from you shortly, and enjoy the rest of the video. Arrivederci.
As for how do I see myself in the Brony Analyst community, I'd say I'm in a transitionary phase, but I'm just starting out overall. I do have a following of several hundred subscribers at this point, but it's not haven't really done many actually haven't done really at all any crossover videos or any sort of mashup like that. I'm still defining my channel, so basically I'm just starting out, but getting some ground under my feet.
TGB869 asks, Season 4 wishes. What would you like to happen in Season 4?
My prime thing I would say for Season 4 wish list is for it not to become Princess Twilight and her sidekicks.
Keep the rest of the main 6 as equally important to Equestria as Princess Twilight, each in their own ways. 2. A new villain that also pushes the boundaries of the show would also be very desired. Another would be Angel Bunny gets regulated and becomes more likable. His personality seems to go up and down, so I would hope them to sort of reel that in as the seasons go forward. An official show shipping for one of the main 6, and it be handled well. There are 6 main protagonists. It's not odd to expect one to go dating. Give us an official one to help clean up some of the shipping madness that is going throughout film fiction. And just for reference, Dragon Ball, which is by many considered the most manly of manly shows, has pretty much all the main cast get shipped away. Even Krillin.
Oh, and a rarity episode.
Generic username 54100 asks, what is your favorite anime?
Close, but no cigar. No. More people should watch that, but no. That a girl. Yes, Hellsing Ultimate is my favorite anime series of all time. I can't really say why. It's just, I find it amazingly awesome. And yet, pretty much counterbalances all the damages that Twilight has done for vampires. It counteracts that. That's an accomplishment in its own right.
Red Turtle asks, favorite Disney movie?
As a kid, The Lion King. As an adult, looking back and sort of reviewing all of them, because a lot of the Disney movies are pretty awesome, I'll have to say Beauty and the Beast. It's pretty much a perfect movie.
Though worth special mentioning is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's too flawed to be on the top list, but it's filled with many jaw-dropping epic scenes. They are the most envelope-pushing works that Disney's really ever done. Gavin Bell asks, why do you censor your videos?
Oh, to keep them as pleasable to as many people as possible. Some people really do not like cursing in their analytical videos. And also on a side note, it sort of is fun to have creative ways to...
Thomas Memory Central asks, have you ever watched shows like Digimon, Thomas the Tank Engine, and Pokemon?
Well, I do remember actually watching Thomas a lot when I was a kid. But that was, I remember as a kid, but I don't remember much about it. As for Pokemon and Digimon, I'm a 90s kid that's into anime. What do you expect?
YNDOSTRUI ask, because I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, I'd like to hear your views on EQD. Some love it, some hate it.
Overall, I'd say it's a very good site. It's pretty much the largest and most supported Brony aggravator site. I'm not saying it's perfect though, as it's moderators and sort of its content controllers, they're people, so they are prone to their own biases. What that really means is sometimes that it means they're not perfect in some of their decisions. But that's just being human. For example, when they are talking about the derpy issue, there was sort of an let's just accept it and move on idea, which I strongly disagreed with. I'm not saying the flaming was right that was happening. No, that was horribly wrong and sort of embarrassing. But we should not have just accepted it and moved on. We should have peacefully protested the censorship. The winner of the next perspective video was what went wrong with season 3, which slightly outdid my opinion on how headcanons should be graded or not, which surprised me. That one was almost 1. I mean, I'm honestly surprised, and probably will definitely get around that another time shortly. However, my next perspective video will be what I feel went wrong with season 3. I still enjoy the season, but it was the weakest of the 3. However, my next video is actually going to be a mashup, which is not really why you might ask. Well, it's just because it's actually a college project that actually was able to work into this channel's content, so it's a double win. As for the next perspective video, I would say a week before or a week after season 4 has started. Why? Because I'm going to do something special for season 4. I'm still working out the fine details, but that might interfere with the episode being released before then. But it will be in the next perspective video. So yeah, I have to say thank you for all your support, and look forward to seeing you next time. Till then, keep calm and an open mind.